This activity is about change and continuity. And change and continuity are concepts that to adults sound very simple, but for many students they can be rather vague and difficult to understand. And this activity makes the ideas quite concrete by putting the changes that resulted from the Norman conquest at one end of our continuum or washing line and the continuities at the other. This is an activity you could use with any great event, such as the Black Death or the Reformation or the Industrial Revolution, or you could use it to look at the impact of the British on India. Very versatile. What we're going to do is try to put the topics, which are the people with the yellow cards, in the right places. So, Karen, can you read out your card? The person who's got the yellow card that matches that topic, as soon as she's finished, identify yourself and decide which end of the continuum you go.
There were no castles before 1066. They just built them to intimidate us, and they knocked down people's houses to build their castles. I hate castles, and I hate watching Norman soldiers ride past. They're so arrogant.
So who's got a topic that matches that? So you've got castles, and you're going to go up at the change end. Because?
Because there was no castles before then.
Because there were no castles, so it's a complete change. Okay, topic 2.
Most things in the village have not changed at all since the Normans came. We still live in the same houses, wear the same clothes, and we eat the same kinds of food.
Who fits that? What's your topic?
Home life.
Home life. So where are you going to go? So we're going to have you up at the continuity end. So we've got one of each. Anybody think this has been planned? And the third topic.
People in Winchester have a funny new fashion. They call their sons after King William's sons, William, Robert and Henry. They say they prefer these new French names to our old Saxon names like Ethelred. But I don't like the way these Normans talk to us as they look at you. We don't know what they're saying.
So your topic is?
Language.
Language. So what are we going to do with language on this?
Some of it's changed, some of it hasn't, so I'll go in the middle.
We've got options here with a topic that may be changed. Alternative would be to say that, well, the language has changed for some, and you could go up there, but it stayed. We could bring somebody else out to have another language card at that end. And other alternative actually just to cut you in half and put one half at each end. But I haven't had many volunteers for that one yet, so we'll put you in the middle. Okay? So now I'm going to get out of the way. What we need is for you to take up the position on the continuum that you think you ought to be in.
How you tackle this phase depends on your students. You can continue to take each topic one by one, or, as here, with high ability or older students, ask them to predict whether their topic saw change or continuity.
So, what we can see are 3 sections. We've got topics where there was continuity, topics on the far side where there was a lot of change, and some topics in the middle where there were some changes and some continuities. What have these topics got in common? Home life, farming, medicine, travel. What are they to do? Are they to do with anything? Everyday life. So the Normans didn't affect everyday life very much. At the change end, we've got castles, lords, destruction. What sort of have they got in common?
And money, I think.
Money?
Yeah, a lot of money.
Anything else? Power, war, conquest. Perhaps, you know, the government is there as well. So the more it's to do with control, the more change you've got. We've got something else here. I don't know whether you can see what we've got here. What do you spend your life doing as a student? Apart from drinking and enjoying yourselves?
Studying.
Studying. writing essays. Has this got anything to do with an essay?
You could use it as a structure.
What we've got here are 3 paragraphs of a piece of extended writing. We have a paragraph about continuities, a paragraph about the things that saw some change, and a paragraph of changes. I could actually use you as a signpost sentence to introduce the paragraph. And then we could write a sentence about each of these topics based upon the information on the green cards to construct a paragraph. We could put in another introductory sentence, a signpost sentence here, and construct a paragraph based upon these 4 topics, and another one in here, another introduction to the idea of change, and we'd have a 3rd piece. So from a very physical activity, we can lead into a piece of writing that's very structured and is based upon the information that we've got here. And we can do that, as I say, with several other topics. One of the great advantages of interactive whiteboards is we could draw this pattern and save it and reuse it in future. So if next year we're going on to look at change and continuity resulting from the Reformation or the Industrial Revolution, we could bring up our pattern from the Norman Conquest and compare the patterns and follow that through.
This is a very simple activity without the drama of many others, but it works because it makes a complex concept relatively simple, and it allows students to visualise the ideas of change and continuity. And it works with all ages, from Key Stage 3 all the way up to A level. It can also be used a number of times at Key Stage 3. If you repeat this activity for the Norman Conquest, the Black Death, the Industrial Revolution, the World Wars, students can compare the patterns of change and continuity and maybe assess which of these events was the most significant. This gives coherence to your Key Stage 3 course, and the more students do an activity, the more familiar they get with its ideas and the more confidently they handle it. This again helps improve standards.